Hey, Devon Tilly here. This is a recording to talk through the champions helping me finalize the decisions for the launch of the Arcadia Custom Dealer Council initial retreat in Colorado, and talking through some of the logistics of this. But first, kind of going back to the beginning and walking through a bunch of the changes and the concepts and things we're putting together to make this whole thing come together, from the many different presentations that we've had to get us approved and move us forward from the things we've done in the past, and taking the initial details of the initial whole setup for 12 people all staying at Turkey Toe, to moving in and adding and making this work for 28 to 30 people overall. So I'm going to start off by going back to this video. This is on Devon Tilly's YouTube channel of just a walkthrough at Turkey Toe Retreat. And I'm going to kind of let this play, and then I'm going to stop and pause about some updates and conversation as we go through this.
Hi, I'm Devon Tilly, the host here at Turkey Toe Links, to have as much fun as possible. Right on the base of the Santa Crystal Mountain Range. What a view. I'm excited to give you a tour and walk you through the place. Say, that there, Highway 9 coming south from Westcliff, Colorado. Denver, Colorado, 3 hours north.
So flying into DIA, and then the plan is the first day is to go to the Arcadia headquarters, and that's all going to be facilitated by Arcadia, staying in Denver, and then we'd get up first thing early, get a cup of coffee, and have our coffee while we're driving down from Broomfield to where we're at here, 3 hours south, and try to get out really early and get ahead of traffic from the major corridors and getting out of Denver to get down to this beautiful retreat.
The oasis away. Got the links out here.
So the links is the golf course that's come a long ways.
Let's walk through the house and show you the house. And this whole video is to talk through how this would work if you're part of a art of construction, or
and so then we're going to get into the specifics of thought processes of mapping this out.
So business, have as much fun as possible. So here's where we turn up the fun dial.
We got events planned for that.
We got the beverage fridge, but to have as much fun as possible, we still have to be careful.
And all the price to have those fully stocked in the house, as well as the event center bunkhouse. Talk about later.
Nice old rustic kitchen.
So this is where we're all planned out to do all the breakfasts and all of the lunches out of here for the events.
Greg and Judy Gevin started this back in 1980 and started Dad's Day, to where back in 2016, Devon and some of his good friends started up Generation 2. So here's where you can start some of your own legacies here at Turkey Toe Links. Here's the living room, where if we have some bad weather, you can sit around here. It was the main house.
And we've now built it to kind of 3 or 4 separate areas that people kind of need to spread out.
In the time relationship chart, pointed by Mr. Greg Devon, who's the original one.
Which is a presentation I now do if we want to do any type of workshops.
We got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in the main house. Clean room. Bunk room with 2 twins.
And Art of Construction will be facilitating to have all the sheets, towels, and beds and everything turnkey for everybody staying here. We're going to have 2 additional bathrooms for the festivities when everybody's there outside on the grounds. That's part of all the pricing and things set up for everybody hanging out there. Music and all that stuff set up and playing around.
So we also have several different retreat rooms. So we have what's coined as the loud guitar bunk room back here. That was the original patio and fire pits. We have 2 different fire pits with multiple groups.
We've removed that fire pit now and put a lot of work into adding 2 showers into this area, an indoor outdoor shower, and this room has come a long ways that you'll see when you're on the grounds.
Go to the next.
You can see the storms and weather, so make sure we let everyone know to pack in layers. Beautiful time of year where all the leaves and stuff are going to be changing up there in the mountains where we're going to go hike.
The pheasant hutch that is the next.
Which this is now all done with 2 beds in there and all dialed in, ready to go.
Bunks on either side. So this will be able to sleep 4 soon.
We can supply pictures at the end of this to show you updates.
Area out there. So each retreat, you got the main house, you got a retreat room one there and another retreat here. Then we're going to continue. As we have as much fun as possible building out there.
So here's where our event manager, Scott Hicken, will stay in there and be available to help with all the events and run the music and help me with food and shuttling and all that fun
The
stuff.
last thing is.
And you can see many camping areas too, if anybody wants a credit to come camp.
Fires. Training, patio. Leave this museum inside of here for you to see when you come. So here's where we
Arcadia window in Turkey Toe Saloon.
We have a full outdoor kitchen. Up all the wheels. Lawnmower remote Turkey Toe links. Fire pit, all circle around the fire pit. You can either climb the windmill. We're gonna be putting more windmills. You can see.
So everyone will be, got to do signing a disclaimer for whatever risks you take or on your own risks.
Caddy shack. Where we store all of the.
So you don't need to bring golf clubs. It's continuing to evolve and detail where we now have synthetic grass on the tee boxes and detailing things out.
Out on the course, you're gonna be shooting at the windmill.
But it's not your typical golf.
As much fun as possible.
So there's that. So we can happy to share that link to check that out more. And so the AOCIT house is really with Office 365. And over many years, we've been building out these softwares from all this stuff to figure out, finance the golf course, who does what, all these different locations. And so, for example, when I go down and start clicking into these different chapters, for example, the pheasant hutch is now, this is fully done where there's a hammock if someone wants to sleep outside, which some of the people like to do, but it may be a little chilly that time of year. This is all done with the rooms inside. And what's cool is to kind of talk through with dealers about marketing and how we're doing this, about windows and doors and partners and local lumber mills and doing all kinds of cool stuff as we evolve all of this different showcases. I mentioned the loud guitars room that we've worked and continue now. There's showers, indoor and outdoor showers that you can see the evolution, and this is now all plumbed and put together, and we're going to continue to work on that throughout this summer to have this all ready. So there's just kind of a taste of the continuing involvement. So let's go to kind of the master kind of thought process. So the idea is all of these different colors relate to the different sleeping of kind of thought process based on, and this ever evolving of who are the names of the people that attend this, that we got to fill in and make a coin presentation. And the idea of that is they're all staying at the hotel here. So places that are available at Turkey Toe, that's included in the initial pricing, and then all the add-ons for meals and additional people, but yet we can have everybody come and enjoy and get together at Turkey Toe. Or our other partner is Music Meadows Ranch, that's 6 miles south. So easy to get around and trying to keep all the logistics. So taking the count, and now we're up to the count of this total people, who are those people, and then figuring out the final dates where we're setting this up of allowing what custom circumstances where people are coming and going to make that work. Figuring out the meals that are all, the breakfasts and the lunches are all at Turkey Toe, and then the dinners we're going to go over to the Music Meadows and all of us eat there. And the concept is kind of the smaller groups would stay, the initial WDOC members would stay at Turkey Toe, and we part of all the stuff in collaboration is filling the right of the non-competing dealers and staying at the hotel and making sure that we have availability and booking. And this is what I've done all the math to put all this stuff together to understand the cost and how this would work when it comes to hotels. And then also the two potential kind of larger groups, depending, and this is where we're now need to put this stuff out there, because if these dealers say they want to bring larger groups, then it just keeps compounding. But kind of the Arcadia is one owner and one guest in covering those costs for that. So these type of groups, if they were to get, so Guido, if they come with 4 people, they would get a credit from Arcadians for not using a hotel or staying in the different rooms at the grounds at Turkey Toe, which is all spelled out in all the numbers. They would get another place. So for example, so West Cliff, so you come down and you come into West Cliff. Let me zoom out a little bit here. So hour and a half to Colorado Springs, and then another hour and a half down to here. So the house is 9 miles south of Turkey Toe. And so the idea is to find a house depending on guests. The kicker with this is a lot of these house, kind of want like a 4-night minimum. So figuring out hotels like the West Cliff Inn, if they have a number of hotels and the right amount of housing, but being smart to keep it in check of where these different locations are, and Devon facilitate everybody to get everybody comfortable, but yet understanding shuttles and how the different parts would work in this area, because that's kind of the kicker of figuring out all those different things there. So that's back to this sheet, understanding who, what companies, how many people total to get the right amount of meals, and then finalizing the agenda of kind of Denver on the 4th, then coming in and going out and having some golf. Everyone wants to do that. Everyone wants to hang out and relax, and having some discussions in between based on final detail agendas from Arcadia. The next morning, going out on a hike, people that want to stay around there. And then Arcadia is providing meals for those 2 nights. But it's kind of after that, if customs, how you want to go from there, we can facilitate to make the trip as fun as possible. And this is kind of the dates that you're going to be there, and figuring out kind of that 3rd flying into Monday, staying in Denver Monday, the 4th going down there, just going to stay 1 night at Turkey Toe or 2 nights, and then getting back your transportation. So you'd have to get your own flights and your own shuttles or rental cars out of Denver International Airport, because there's kind of some miles to put on to make this whole thing put together. So there you kind of have it, an overview. Hopefully that's helpful. I'm Devon Tilly. I'm here to answer everybody's questions. We've been doing this for 42 years of friends and family, and it's super exciting that Art of Construction, who is taking over and managing these different quote unquote projects, but aligning the tribe, all started from the podcast. And now we're continuing to evolve this at our event center and doing this facilitated through Art of Construction on this very, very special place to me and the people that have been going down there for many, many years. And super excited to bring window dealers all coming together that don't compete, with common goals through Arcadia Windows and Doors. Thank you so much.